This is the Chinese cooking channel called Chinese Cooking Channel. We're going to have some of the famous Claypot rice here in Hoiping, China. So this is how they make the Claypot rice. So they use a wood stove here. Pump some of the water out. We won't be using a wood burning stove, but I'll be showing you how to make the famous Claypot rice from your home using your gas or electric stove. This recipe is for traditional Claypot rice with marinated and dried meats. To start, pour enough water to reach the water line on the Claypot. To cook on an electric stove, you can't cook directly on the electric coil. You need to buy a metal bracket. While you wait for the rice to boil, put 1 cup of rice into a bowl and rinse in cold water at least 3 or 4 times until the water is clear. When the steam is coming through the hole, that means the water is boiling. The heat setting should be set between low and medium. A clay pot cannot handle high heat, so the setting should never be higher than medium. Now that the water is boiling, put the rice into the pot and cover with a lid. Cook the rice for 5 to 8 minutes. If there is too much water, the water will come out of the hole. Now it's time to check the rice. If there are holes coming from the rice, it's pretty close to being done. But in this case, there's too much water. So dump some of the water and then return the clay pot to the stove. Cover with the lid again and cook for another 2 or 3 minutes. For this recipe, we'll be using dried pork, Chinese sausage, and marinated pork belly. The Chinese sausage you can buy from a Chinese supermarket. They come in packages. The dried pork you can also buy in Chinese supermarkets. They come in different cuts, so this is dried pork shoulder. And for the marinated pork, you can use pork belly. Cut the pork belly into slices, then marinate the pork belly in 2 tablespoons of cooking oil, half a teaspoon of soy sauce, and a little pinch of salt. If you don't have pork belly, you can use other kinds of pork, such as barbecue pork or roast pork. For the dried pork, just cut off about 4 or 5 pieces at a 1/4 inch or 1/8 of an inch in diameter. You need half a Chinese sausage, so just slice the Chinese sausage at an angle. The rice should be ready now. First, add the dried pork shoulder onto the rice, and then add the Chinese sausage as well. Finally, add the marinated pork belly. Add about a tablespoon of cooking oil. Peanut oil works very well. Cover with the lid again and cook for the last 10 to 15 minutes. Now check to make sure the marinated pork is cooked all the way through. Then add 1 or 2 tablespoons of sweet dark soy sauce. And then add about a tablespoon of cooking oil. There you have it, your own famous Claypot rice. Enjoy.